Welcome to RFBI's 2022 Annual Review presentation. I'm Frank Price, RFBI's CEO. We are delighted to be able to come together this afternoon to reflect on the past year and all of the great things we have achieved together. Unfortunately, COVID is still causing many challenges for the country, with RFBI only had 1 week since Christmas Eve without at least one of our villages in outbreak. Every single one of our villages has now experienced an outbreak and have proven to be well equipped to respond quickly and handle cases appropriately as they arise. I must commend each and every one of you for your commitment and diligence. Our workforce has been a very big focus for RFBI this year. As the role of aged care workers change, so must their pay. RFBI was one of 3 aged care providers who hosted the Deputy President of the Fair Work Commission to witness firsthand how the role of aged care work has changed over the last 5 to 10 years. Our aged care workers need to be paid a rate that reflects their value and hard work, and so we, RFBI, are supporting Health Services Union in a case to the Fair Work Commission to increase wages by 25%. You deserve it. We have also been working on programs to ease the burden on the aged care workforce. RFBI has been welcoming nurses from various countries to our villages through an international recruitment program called the Global Citizen Exchange Program. Our new international nurses have been a great addition to our village, but I will leave that to Alison, our Chief of Strategy and Innovation, to tell you more. I will now pass you over to our Chairman, David Adams, who will introduce you to new members of our board and share more about our work to assist with the housing crisis, especially in Bellingen.
Hi everyone. I too am pleased to welcome you to our presentation of the 2022 Annual Review. RFBI is indeed fortunate to have on our board of directors skilled and experienced individuals working within a framework of good corporate governance to drive our organisation's continued success. We have recently welcomed 3 new members to our board who each bring new ideas, experience and expertise that adds value to our organisation and the services we provide. Ron Forrester is the Strategic Communications Advisor for Australia Department of Defence. He is an experienced and highly qualified PR professional with over 25 years of experience in corporate, communications and public relations. He has a solid, successful record of leadership, team building and business growth, and has been a proud Mason for 38 years. Emma Allen is the Director of Food Aware Australia and founder of Simple, a cloud-based software that provides comprehensive food safety and consumer meal management. She is passionate about supporting consumers' rights to choice, and through her role as Director of Simple, has helped the aged care industry improve consumer meal choice, support compliance, and drive sustainability through digital initiatives. And finally, Peter Mccann, the Senior Vice President of Australia for CEVO, a global workforce accommodation company. Peter brings his expertise in building and development to our board, which will contribute to our capital development plan to invest $200 million to refurbish 10 of our villages and build new retirement villages. We welcome you to the RFBI. Since 1880, RFBI has a proud legacy of helping people in need. Through our benevolence program and annuity scheme, we have provided subsidised accommodation, donated health equipment to enhance well-being, supported people in need of financial assistance, as well as fund important research projects. When our site in Bellingen was no longer fit for purpose, we knew that this property could be better used to help people experiencing hardship in the community. RFBI reached out to Federal MP Pat Conahan, State Member for Bellingen, Melinda Pavey, with the assistance from Bellingen Shire Council, and the local Housing Matters Action Group to put forward a proposal to convert the unused land and buildings into affordable housing. Our goal to support older people in need of accommodation to receive affordable housing as quickly as possible was realised when we were awarded a $10 million grant to assist with the housing crisis. We have signed contracts with both the state and federal governments and have had our development application approved. These funds will be used to demolish and rebuild our site on Watson Street to create at least 40 new affordable housing apartments for women aged over 55 that are at risk of homelessness in Bellingen. Before I pass the reins back to Frank, I would like to congratulate James Shaw on the addition of Deputy CEO to his title. James has been with Rfbi for over 16 years in various roles and has been invaluable to the organisation. Finally, a big thank you to all our staff, to Frank and the leadership team, family, residents and clients for all the support, understanding and patience. We give a big thank you, which contains enormous gratitude for your loyalty, support and perseverance during this last year.
Thank you, David. It gives me great pleasure to now ask our newly appointed Deputy CEO, James Shaw, to give the financial update.
50 years ago, Rfbi started to provide aged care services through the establishment of Hawkins Masonic Village. During this time, no 2 years in the industry have been the same, and no year has been harder financially than this one. With the combination of tough economic conditions, tight labour markets, increased administrative burden from government legislation, and the escalation of COVID outbreaks, this has led the industry to be at a breaking point, with close to 70% of the industry operating at a loss. For Rfbi, this is no different. We have had over 730 days of outbreaks, difficulty in sourcing staff, and additional costs, all resulting in a reportable loss of $22.4 million. Whilst the result for the year has been difficult, our strong financial position and financial management will ensure that we can continue to provide the exceptional care that we do. As Rfbi did 50 years ago, we are looking to the future of providing aged care services to our communities. We have commenced the build and redesign of our residential aged care services, expanding our retirement living, and looking to introduce assisted living and affordable housing options. I praise and thank every staff member and volunteer for their dedication and diligence in looking after our residents.
Next, we have Luann Riboldi, our Chief of Operations, to give you an update on what has been happening across our aged care communities over the past financial year.
At Rfbi, our people are our most important asset, and our staff go above and beyond to continue the delivery of high quality, compassionate health, aged and home care to the communities we serve. Over the past 12 months, 8 of our residential care villages received a visit from independent assessors, and we are delighted to share that all have passed, 7 receiving the maximum 3-year accreditation and 1 receiving 2.5 years, with no further action or direction from the Aged Care Quality and Safety Commission. Our Care at Home team have also been working hard to close gaps identified during a quality review and analysis. Our new Head of Home Care, Ann Doe, and her team have done a great job to establish better processes and systems in line with the aged care quality standards, which has led to the successful accreditation for our home care services in the ACT. We are extremely proud of our achievement. These audits validate our hard work in delivering exceptional care to all residents and clients we support in a manner that is caring, safe and compliant. It also acknowledges the strength in the partnerships that exist between residents, clients, families and staff. This year, we are thrilled to be celebrating the 50th anniversary of Rfbi's first aged care village, It was back in 1968 when local ambulance man Edgar Zliderman saw the need for a retirement village in Edgeworth and approached local businessman Albert Hawkins for a donation. Mr Hawkins donated over 40 acres of land and a partnership with Rfbi was formed. 4 years later, in 1972, Rfbi Hawkins Masonic Retirement Village was opened, named in honour of the benefactor who generously donated the land. In 1975, our first residential aged care village, providing 30 beds, was completed and later expanded, providing a further 101 beds. Today, Rfbi Hawkins Masonic Village is still our largest aged care community, and we are excited to be working on an updated master plan which includes the development of a new residential aged care village, a community hub incorporating a range of new amenities, including a hair salon, function room, community hall and cafe which residents and the wider community can enjoy. The new village will also include upgraded retirement village units, a new men's shed, women's shed craft room and staffing accommodation. The new village will allow retirement residents to live independently in the village while they are able to do so, and yet also be able to receive all the care and support that they may need over time.
It has been a busy year for our Care at Home team. Due to additional compliance requirements introduced in the last 12 months, our team focus has now been on introducing new processes and systems to operationalise the aged care quality standards into the home care environment. After much hard work, we have developed and standardised all documentation to meet compliance requirements. At Rfbi, we want senior Australians to continue living at home and keep their independence for longer. We introduced a welcome bonus to not only help new residents settle into their new home, but also to enable us to introduce our local teams and familiarise our services to new residents. The welcome bonus gives new residents moving into Rfbi retirement villages $5,000 to spend on care and services that are provided by the Care at Home team.
The pandemic had paused the move into retirement communities for many, fearing isolation or outbreak. However, as we adapt to living in a new normal world, many are seeing the benefits of living in a retirement community. This financial year, our villages have seen an increase in inquiries and sales. Across our villages, we have invested $1.5 million into refurbishments of our units and have welcomed 57 new residents into our communities. Our $5,000 welcome bonus has given new residents access to care and services through our Care at Home teams and helped them settle into their new homes. We have also introduced our flexible contract arrangements, which provides new residents a financial choice to select a suitable ingoing contribution by adjusting the deferred management fee they are prepared to pay. At Rfbi, we want to help support residents make their move into an Rfbi retirement village truly enjoyable.
Thank you to Luann, Sarah and Anthony. As I earlier mentioned, we have welcomed overseas nurses from various countries, and they have been a wonderful addition to our village teams. Although they are on a 12-month visa, they can choose to remain in Australia by either advancing their studies and apply to become registered nurses, or they can remain as carers. Alison Pearce, Chief of Strategy and Innovation, has been instrumental with the success of this program, and she will take you through what this program is all about and how we're also supporting this staff with housing.
As with all service industries following the pandemic, the aged care sector and Rfbi is struggling with securing staff to join our team. Recruitment has therefore been a core focus this year to build our staff numbers. Our partnership with Key to Learning on the Global Citizen Exchange Programme has been an innovative way to introduce new carers into the industry and our villages. A 12-month programme, it's specially designed for overseas RNs to live and learn about aged care in Australia while sharing their experiences with us. Arriving from countries as far afield as Nigeria, the Philippines, Nepal and Kenya, they bring new perspectives and ideas to our teams. Once settled in, they can begin the process of seeking registration here, and when successful, they will add to our RN rotas across our villages. This programme was set up in this financial year, and we had 7 staff in 3 villages arrive. We now have 21 settled in across 7 villages to date. These numbers now increase each month as the programme is well established. In addition to the Global Citizen Programme, we have also been recruiting overseas for RNs registered in Australia. From this process, we've welcomed 3 registered nurses so far, and work has begun on an additional project to grow these numbers from other sources as quickly as possible. The success of our overseas recruitment has now created a new challenge. The villages most in need of additional staff have limited rental properties available in their communities. Finding homes for our new staff has therefore become a problem. To overcome this issue, a couple of approaches have been devised. Furnishing vacant units in our retirement villages gives staff easy access to the residential village for their shifts and provides local support when they first arrive in the country. However, this option is limited, so a further solution has been researched and the purchase of suitable tiny homes has begun. Utilising available land around our villages, we've now sourced 2 types of new home. Container homes provide 40-foot insulated sturdy homes in a long, slim style. These have been purchased for West Wyalong and Raleigh Urunga. Granny flats provide a more traditional shaped home and can be delivered and installed in a day and moved easily if required. Both styles house 1 staff member and are placed together to provide shared outdoor space. These approaches have provided us with a solution for the short term, but further plans are being developed to support the number of staff we need to fill our rosters. It's fair to say that this challenge will remain a focus for the foreseeable future.
An extension to our staff is the roles volunteers play across our villages. The pandemic has shown us how regular contact with families impact the well-being of our residents. We're currently trialling our Partners in Care program, which allows family members to continue to engage in an active role in the delivery of residents' care, even during periods of restricted visiting, such as an outbreak. Feedback has been very positive, and we hope to roll this out to the whole organisation soon. Claire Velasco, our Head of Marketing, will now share with you how RFBI is re-engaging with our volunteers to bring them back into our villages.
Volunteers play an important role in the day-to-day life of our residents at RFBI, regularly providing care, assistance and companionship to residents. A new volunteer program that RFBI has engaged with is the Re-engaging Volunteers into Residential Aged Care Facilities, which introduces volunteers to people in residential care. Participation in the program has linked us with the Centre for Volunteering, giving RFBI better access to volunteers and enabling us to match them with residents. The Centre supports with training, onboarding and relevant checks prior to matching volunteers to our communities. We are very blessed with some wonderful and selfless volunteers of all ages and backgrounds, such as Leonie Fleming, OAM, who generously donates her time to make a difference. Leonie is a long-time volunteer at RFBI Basin View Masonic Village and was recently honoured with the Order of Australia Medal for her service to aged care welfare. Leonie was a founding member of the RFBI Basin View Masonic Village's Women's Auxiliary in 2006 and remains an active member today. She is the former president and current secretary of the Auxiliary and has been the assistant coordinator of the annual garage sale for 10 years and is the project coordinator who helped establish the aquaponic garden in 2011. The award-winning garden is still being used today. It is a privilege to have such a wonderful person as part of our RFBI family, and we are proud that her extraordinary achievement has been recognised by the wider community.
On closing, I want to say how proud I am of your efforts. Over the past 12 months, we have experienced ongoing lockdowns. We have experienced ongoing outbreaks. And we've also experienced the best of what you bring, the care, the commitment. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. I certainly hope that the Fair Work Commission comes up with the right response. I certainly hope that what we're doing to fill the void of workers through our international program helps to make your life better and obviously make the lives of the people we care for better. So on behalf of the board, on behalf of senior management, I want to say thank you. Thank you and look forward to what the year ahead brings.